At the Mother and Son Summit, I'm here with Pauline. We were using last names or?
Rosemore. That's Rosemore. So to all my my friends and family who are deaf and hard who may be watching this, no, they do not have any interpreters. But next year we'll see what we can do to really accommodate those who are moms of deaf sons.
Excellent, thank you. We'll remember that. We'll remember that. So tell me, what did you like about today?
Today was incredible. It's interesting because I almost didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
However, I was able to, work some things out. Usually I'm in church on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But my girlfriend, Shalita, had invited me, and I thought it was very, very powerful because there aren't a lot of events for moms and sons. There's always, father and daughter dance, daughter this, daughter that, but there aren't enough things for our boys. And so I thought, my son is will have a 13-year-old and a 6-year-old.
Okay.
And so the 6-year-old, he was too young, but the 13-year-old, he's at that prime time where it's kind of like trying to figure out who I am, my identity, and then also starting to have our share of miscommunications. And so because I do for myself, I'm pursuing becoming a chaplain, and I had shared with my group that part of the chaplaincy process, a part of becoming a certified chaplain, you're required to do you have to do at least 4 units of clinical pastoral education. Okay. And so I had my first one over the summer.
All right. You ready?
And so I had my first unit over the summer, and it was really, really incredible because I was able to see how I was heard, how my peers heard me, and then how I heard other people.
Interesting.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So what it does is, and you use different theories, and one of the things we talked about was this thing called self-differentiation. Okay. And that is, as you go high, your family has to go high with you. So for today, it was that, well, if I become more equipped and get more tools for myself, then my son can only get better.
Absolutely.
And then by modeling that behavior. And so I always encourage him to do more self-development type stuff because when he gets older, he's gonna need this stuff. Look,
absolutely.
Everybody needs a therapist. I don't care. A therapist needs a therapist.
Exactly.
And then on top of that, every child is going to need a psychologist at some point.
Yes.
And we try to raise our kids the best way that we know how, but we're limited in the tools, right? And initial, unless we start doing that internal work to begin to see, well, this could be a problem, And so for me, it was all about that. I'm not hearing what he's saying, and I don't want to hear it. Cutting him off, and so you practice those skills.
That close communication.
Yes, that close communication. And so one of the things my peers would say, "Oh, well, you just cut me off." And I'm like, "Oh, I did that. I didn't notice that." So if I cut you off, then that's what self-differentiation talks about. It's like if you, with the nuclear family, right? In order for you to become a better person, what you'll do is you have to work on that family. You have to work with that nuclear stuff. So if you got mommy, daddy issues, whatever, you start working on that stuff. Grow closer to them, not further away from them.
Absolutely.
Grow closer to them, and then you'll be able to see the evidence in your life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And so today was just that thing. They had great workshops. Bye-bye. So they have great workshops. They had wonderful, facilitators. As a part of one called Mama Said Knock You Out. Joshua Smith. Really great workshop.
I believe that was they have that one last year as well.
Yeah, that's what he said. And so it was very engaging. I love the parent involvement. Felt more like group therapy, And so moms sharing, and it's cool because it was all about the emotional portion, of our young people, and you want your kids to develop this, emotional maturity. And how do they do that? They do that because we are modeling it for them, because we are, coming to things like this, learning from others, and then finding mentors, getting to know who they are and seeing what their needs are, and then just meeting them where they're at. I think the heart of ministry of a true minister, true pastor who gets it is meeting people where they are. If I can't go to where you are in your community, then that's not necessarily ministry.
That's saying something.
That's saying something. So
And it's not a positive thing.
It's not. So you want to be able to meet people where they are, and again, as a chaplain, it's really interesting because I'm like, man, because whatever I model in that group is pretty much what I'm going to model when I get out there.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? So
That's the practice that you're doing.
That's the practice. And so it was great to have that first encounter because it was transformative, and that's what this whole process should be about. It should be a transformational thing where you are not just getting information, but now you're taking it and this becomes a life application.
Indeed.
And so for our group, and he gave us a homework assignment. He was just, write
Got
down.
homework, right? Right.
He said, write down, who are you? And then, but because I'm a woman and I know how we think, we're like, what?
Right.
So I'm like, okay, so to help you out, there's an assessment you can take.
Right.
Right? Because that's
figuring out a better way.
Right. And I say, and I found that interesting. So I was like, yeah, this assessment, Strength Finders 2.0, because you want to look at your strengths, right? And that will actually help you to figure out who you are. Because I could tell you to go write down some things about who you are, but you really don't know where to begin.
Right.
And he said, you can't use this, you can't do that, but what can I do?
Right.
What can I use?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I was like, well, offer that, and so he called me his assistant. They were like, girl,
so
you gonna
next year
teach
you're going to be doing the class then, right? Right.
Yeah.
You
Next
graduate
year
to the
I'll
class.
be look.
Okay, you're
Next
facilitating,
year,
right?
Next year we'll be facilitating a workshop.
Okay.
Okay. Because I do enjoy speaking. I am a speaker. I'm an international speaker. I'm a certified John Maxwell coach and speaker teacher and one of the things that I do is I use creative leadership.
Okay.
And so the online community, I'm known as the creative activator, which is all about nurturing the next generation's creativity.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so
It's funny you mentioned that.
yeah.
I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
But when you talk, I know as parents a lot of times, and I know coming up from my age bracket, a lot of our creativity was destroyed because if you and I use the word destroy on purpose because it was stifled, but I'm gonna still say destroyed because it was like no, you can't do that. You can't do that. No, and we hear no a lot, but to hear someone that's actually working on, so like my wife and I were always looking at our daughters and seeing like where's their creativity coming from, and we want to make sure we nurture that. Yes. Our son she recognized it at an early age for him. He was into music, like he's in the tub and he caught the beat of the water dripping into the tub, and she's like, wow, that's, and he's self-taught when it comes to music production, so it's there. So you're talking about creativity and stuff. What would you recommend to other parents out there on how to pay attention to that?
Well, for parents, for one, I'm very God-focused, okay? And so because I believe in God, I believe that we carry the same creativity that God used to create the heavens and the earth. So everything, it was a creative process. It was like, a lot of people will attribute it to this whole blank canvas, right? And here's God, like, okay, I'm making birds, I'm putting stars here, I'm naming them here, and I'm doing all of these things. And I feel like we have all of that locked inside of us. So it's really up to the people around us to be able to show us what those things are. They're gonna come out, right? From a very, very, very young age. Like someone told me, like, you were always talking about things weren't fair, right? Always, I was always talking about, well, this is not fair, that's not fair. Not realizing that's a part of my INFJ. Like, you're an introvert? Yeah, I'm an ambivert, and I turn it on and turn it off. But that judging spirit, that also came into my ability to use context, one of my strengths. Okay. Taking what I hear from the past and then being able to prophetically give that what's going to happen next. Okay. Do you see what I'm saying? So, but then that comes great in counseling, right? It comes great in just giving the word, right? As a preacher. And then also just in my own being able to hear what someone is sharing, and my own ministerial work. You know, when I go to a patient's room, I'm a veteran. I'm in Air Force Reserves over 12 years, but then also I'm at Lebanon VA in Pennsylvania.
Oh.
That's actually where I work. Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm between Pennsylvania and Maryland.
Okay.
And
You're traveling a little bit.
Came from there this morning.
We appreciate it.
Right.
Thank you.
And so because of that, all of these different things, what I tell people is joy. Joy, what is that? That's that creativity. That's that thing that when God created, like, and in the scriptures it says that when God created man and woman, they were very good. You see what I'm saying? Because it felt very good to create. That was that joy. So when it comes to our kids, what brings our kids joy? When they're doing this thing, what makes them so excited? I don't care if it's jumping off of a piece of furniture. Parents are trying to figure out, why is my child? Well, you never know. That child maybe be a stunt double one day. You don't know what that thing is. But
you have to pay attention.
Prayerfully look into that. Kind of like, you know, like I have one son who's very artsy. He loves to sing. He loves to be in front. He likes to be standing, you know, front and center on stage.
Right.
And I'm like, okay,
see me
taking selfies all the time. And I'm like, really though? And I'm like, you know, I'm gonna put you in modeling. Okay, we're gonna nurture these gifts. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And so because of that, now he's like, oh, okay, you know, I can use this, and I can actually use it to bring home resources. Yes, because your gifts will make room for you. Your gifts will make room for you. And so because of that, I said, listen, God gave it to you. God gave you good looks. He gave you swag. You know,
Right.
He gave you the ability to articulate yourself, okay? Go on and speak something. Go on and create some podcast, YouTube, whatever it is that's inside of you, but use that. And so to moms and dads, I always tell them, I'm like, listen, you may have been taught to do things one way. But our world wouldn't be messed up as it is today if we didn't have people operating outside of their gifting. You know, I believe that if we had, you know, it's funny because whenever I go to the grocery store and I'm with some angry clerk, and my son, he cracks up, and I'll just start like this, and I'm like, you know, customer service is a gift. Customer service is a beautiful gift, and you know the ones that have it, you know. And so to the ones that don't have it, I'll literally say, I don't know if this is your calling because I don't understand why are you so bitter. And I will challenge that clerk to look within yourself and think about that. What else do I love doing? Because clearly I may be burnt out right now. Maybe I need to go take a little break. Maybe I need to go learn some things and do some inward work to figure out what it is that I'm passionate about.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And so just that thing of mom and dad letting go. That art is crucial. We love looking at beautiful things, but if you notice, somehow we stop being as creative. Right now, we're not having that record-breaking music. You see what I'm saying? We're not having that new thing because art is taken out of schools. You know, art is not encouraged at home. Like, no. You need to have a plan B, C, D, and E.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, but mom, no, but seriously,
that's just true.
If God intended for you to be this brilliant dancer, that is already set. You just have to do the work.
To get
you
there.
just got to do the work to get there. And don't get off the course when other people tell you, nah, you should go do something else.
You really think that's a good idea?
You see what I'm saying? And then if you find yourself, well, you know what? I still need to have provide for my family, okay? No one is saying that, hey, look, don't go do, but what I'm saying is don't give up what you're called to do.
What your dream is.
What the dream is. Don't give that up, because I know plenty of working professionals, 9-to-5ers. Kudos to y'all. God bless y'all. I tried it. It doesn't work. Only in the military. When I'm doing well, as a chaplain, I can be creative. I can wear what I want to wear. You know, I'm bright.
Right.
You're in yellow today. Yes. You know, big old afro hair in Lebanon, PA. People are like, where's Lebanon? Exactly.
And so I'm giving y'all something here,
listen,
okay?
I stand out. I go in there with my $1 million smile, and they're just like, oh wow, ray of sunshine just came through the door. But I'm able to just be myself, and I'm able to, tell stories and things like that, because I am a storyteller. And that creativity, that freedom is beautiful, because here we have our 9-to-5 jobs, which is supposed to equip us, give us the tools, but I always feel like it's not supposed to just stay there.
Right.
We're now supposed to take whatever that is and turn that back to our communities. Teach someone else, encourage someone else, motivate someone else, build something, create something, anything. I don't care what it is.
Right.
You just have to be able to, and I'm so passionate about it, because you're
speaking my language. I want you to know that. Like, I tell a lot of folks all the time, as a trainer, get off the sidelines.
Listen.
And you know who I'm talking about right now. Get off the sideline. Because you have this God-given gift that you're not utilizing.
Yes, and there are people who are waiting on you. There are people who are assigned directly to us, who need what's inside of us. It's so funny, because a young lady said to me, I can't remember her name, she's in my group, and she said to me, look, I need your information. I need to follow you. Whatever you're doing, whatever, I'm coming. And I started cracking up. She's like, and I was like, yeah, I be trying to like stay low key when I'm in these things, but I'm like, nah, but y'all gotta take this.
Got to hear
I
this.
got it.
And
then she said to me, she's like, no, but we needed that, because I didn't even get to write down everything that you said, but it was so on point, and it was things that I needed. And then so just think about that. Now, I said, yeah, because, sometimes I have the ability unintentionally to intimidate people. You see what I'm saying? Because people don't know what to do with all this energy. They got way too much
I don't
energy.
know. She doesn't fit in this box.
She don't fit in my box. And so the issue isn't the box. It's the fact that you decide to either stay in the box or get out of the box.
Right.
Or better yet, stop taking that box with you wherever you go. You see what I'm saying?
I
People
understand.
I need you to think outside of the box. No, I need you to get out of the box. How about
Period.
that? Period. So she said to me, honestly, she said, no, because they're not assigned to you. That's what she said. She's like, yeah. She said, yeah, they wouldn't get you because you're not for them. They're not for you. And the thing is, we try to be for everybody.
Right. And that's not the case.
And that's not it, because, the people pleasers, we want to make everybody happy. We want everyone to like us. We want, we just want.
Society says that.
It says that that's the way it should be. And that's not the way it has to be.
Wow.
And so, but it takes a while, It takes some growing pains to finally get to that place of your own self-acceptance. I had a professor when I was at Howard School of Divinity, and he said to me, every single day I couldn't stand it, he'd be like, Pauline, love your story. What does that mean? And I'm like, I do love my story. You know what I'm saying? I told my story.
Right.
I got videos to prove it. I wrote a book. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did all of these things. And he still said, love your story. And then by the time, it was 1 year, 2-semester field education class, by the time we were just about finished, I finally got what it was. I had my aha moment.
You woke up.
I wasn't loving my whole story. I was loving pieces of it.
This part here, this part here.
Yes, and even, I could say, there's some ugly stuff right here, but let's not even talk about that right now.
Not dealing with the truth.
Let's not even deal with that right now. We'll just keep that over there. I mean, I get it. It's a part of my story, but I still have not accepted that part of me. So when we get to that place where we can finally say, you know what? Look, I got issues. You know what I'm saying? I got a counselor, therapist, psychiatrist, you name it.
They on the list.
They all look part of my self-care.
Right.
Standing.
That was a class, as a matter of fact. It was all about self-care.
Standing appointments. Yes. They said, what was the self-love? It was beautiful. They had this nice where they made vision boards, and I was like, yeah. They asked, well, what is self-love to you, and then or self-care to you, and so for me, self-care is self-joy. It's how when I'm creating is when I'm most caring. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's when I'm creating, I'm most loving. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's my freedom. I get to have my own canvas and have this little board. I mean, they use paper. I like to use canvas. And then I'll just, create it how I do it.
So let me ask you this. So, like, you had a good time today.
Look. Y'all need to be here next year.
Okay. And you're going to be a facilitator next year, right?
Next year.
Right, very good.
Next year. Y'all got to come. Seriously, it was worth it. Moms with sons ages, 10 and up? 10 and up. This event is for you. So moms, sons, you guys need to come, okay? And so I look forward and hope to see you next year.
Excellent. We're going to end it on that too. Thank you so very much, Pauline. I appreciate it. It's been a pleasure, and we'll talk to you soon, folks.
H-Train, H-Train, H-Train.